This guitar is the utmost purest form of Fender. Yeah, this cheap Squire right here. This is the most Fender to have ever Fendered. Fight me! 2000 and something Squire 51. Even the name is simple. This is the first ever, and to my knowledge, the only example of a Fender Squire preceding switcheroo. This is the Squire that made Fender go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, it looks like a 51P bass, hence the name. So yeah, it's technically a Fender design made by a Fender subsidiary, but is it really a Fender design? Now let's be clear about one thing here. By Fender, I mean the Fender Musical Instruments Corporation, because I believe there is a crucial distinction to be made between that Fender, we'll call it the cold Fender, and Fender as a whole, as a time-transcending philosophical idea. Not Fender under its many proprietaries along the way, I mean Fender the fable, the idea that's rooted deep down in the collective imaginary of a huge segment of the public that at the smallest peep of the word Fender will conjure up images, some of them clear and vivid, some vague and blackout tinted, some of them in time and bargaic battered seafoam green, with all rusted screws as speak of lost adolescence or a rather transformed one. Adolescence is mutated into middle-aged SUVs in church on Sundays.
I'm going to puke into the holy water.
Okay, now, as time-consuming as explaining this difference would be, here's a quick shortcut we can take to get us all on the same page. Try it yourself, it's easy. Just think of the times you believe Fender has been at its best. Now think of the times you believe Fender has sucked sweaty balls. Well, there you go, you just figured it out. The latter is but an incarnation of time-constricted Fender, the cold company name attached to a series of other corporate words like Inc. and corporate. Like the one that just wants to make money. Your money. The whore, if you will. And then there's the idea, the romance, the stripper that actually likes you. Not because you tip in 5s and 10s, but because of how you talk. Of how you conduce yourself, because you're you. What color chandelier do you see her? That is your idea of Fender. That's the Fender the forums talk about most lovingly, the Fender that probably never existed, but that comes to life through the eyes of those who look with childlike illusion at black and white photos, at album covers portraying their heroes, caressing chandelier, or even at videos of Norman's rare guitars. It's a beautiful conception, isn't it? But even then, is that a true Fender? Is your Fender the brainchild of Clarence Leonidas Fender? I don't think it is. There's a third Fender, the real Fender, and sadly, as real as the real Fender wants to be, it has barely ever been seen throughout cool Fender's history. But this, how do you get any more Fender than this? This is literally leftovers, parts that can be put together pretty much just because they fit. A slim strut body, a telly neck, some other random stuff that looks like it was at the bottom of someone's sports drawer, and yet it works. And what's more, it's the embodiment of what the entire operation was supposed to be from the start. Easily replaceable parts that allow for modular design, chip fixes, and the ability to make inventory out of whatever's laying around. This guitar is the embodiment of what the first Fender designs were. This cheap Squire is the real Fender. It even transcends some of Fender's most ironic contradictions. It marries a Telecaster neck into a Stratocaster body. One neck pocket, one guitar. I mean, why in the fuck do Strats and Tellies not share an identical neck pocket to begin with? This guitar doesn't care. This guitar is beyond all. It doesn't even have a tone-up. Doesn't need it. It has a single coil neck pickup, a splittable hum on the bridge, a 3-way switch plus split. It does Strat sounds, Tele sound, Humberdecker sounds, and it's incredibly fun. Why even bother with a tone-up? Keep it simple. Keep it Fender. It's no wonder this cheap piece of shit here gave birth to an entire phenomenon that's been going strong for so many years now. That same one that has sellers and reviewers alike giggling nervously like schoolgirls at the sole presence of every single new oddball that comes out of Fender's catalog now. It's the beast that goes by many names. Pawn Shop, Parallel Universe, Alternate Reality, Squire Paranormal. You want to know its true name? Squire 51. the one that started it all. And it's not just a symbolic item. This guitar actually has it. Look, think of the first time you ever held a Fender. I'm sure you can. I can. I was a middle school freshman enjoying the few free hours we got at a shopping mall during our trip for the National Math Olympics. I'll just let that one sit there for a second. Anyway, me and the only other kid I managed to strike a non-math conversation with broke off the group and went into a music shop, and I just saw it. It was a dark blue Mexican Telecaster with a rosewood fretboard and an ashtray bridge, which I found really weird but surprisingly comfortable. I had never held a great guitar before, and this was, to me, a great guitar. I plugged into a 25-watt Marshall and I was God. I have played many Fenders since. That moment was it. Not another one, ever. Think of how many times you have played a Fender. Have you ever felt even close to it again? I have. Very close to that. And it was when I first grabbed this battered old Squier 51 in desperate need for new strings and a shower. This guitar was a hungry street dog that had lots more fight left in it. And as much as you could see rust and dust flying around when I first plugged it in, it wanted nothing more than to scream its guts off in my hands. It wasn't even done warming up yet. So yeah, there's cold Fender, there is your Fender, and then there's a real Fender. The Rosebud you'll be muttering in your deathbed. And this is it.